Becky and I are in for a really cool adventure today.
Yes, come with us because we are going to a really cool spot. We think we haven't been there before, but we're ready to check it out.
We are currently at the Fort DeSoto State Park, which is located about 10 to 15 minutes south of St. Pete Beach. A really cool park made up of 5 keys. And if you want to check out more of the park itself, we've got another video on that. But today's video, we are catching a ferry from Fort DeSoto State Park out to Egmont Key.
Yes, and it's $45 for adults and $35 for those 3 to 12. So it's a little pricey, but when you think about it, you're getting a 4-hour basically adventure. 30 minutes there and back on the ferry and 3 hours on an island. Now there's something special about this island.
It has an old abandoned fort that was built around the time of the Spanish-American War, and I'm sure Becky is looking forward to seeing that.
Now that's not what I was talking about though. The special thing is there are no bathrooms, so it's gonna be an adventure.
All right, Becky, let me turn the camera around. They are boarding the boat right now, as you can see. That's what we're gonna be heading out across the bay. It's a 30-minute ferry ride, and then 3 hours on the island, and then 30 minutes back.
All right, so
Becky, let's take off here.
We need to go.
Yes, we're about ready to leave. All right, Becky, let's take off.
All right.
So we just got off the ferry after that really cool boat ride across the bay.
Yes, I really like that we were racing a cargo ship.
That cargo ship was moving.
It was, yeah, it really was.
It was really neat to see the Skyway Bridge in the background, really pretty.
Yes, and they said sometimes you see dolphin or turtle on the ride. We did not see any today, but maybe on the ride back we will.
Yeah, you never know. Of course, on the right side of the ferry is Fort DeSoto, so you get some beautiful views of that. In the distance, you see St. Pete Beach. So, you know, I don't know if just the 30-minute boat ride over is worth the $45, but it came kind of close.
Yeah, it was really nice. And tip, there's a bathroom on the ferry,
yeah.
So make sure you use it.
So if you need to use the bathroom, go before you get off the ferry.
But when we landed, first thing we saw was a turtle, so that's a plus.
And the guide said there's a lot of turtles on the island, so hopefully we'll see a lot more. And there's a lot more to do. Behind us is the lighthouse. It's still functioning.
Yes, and then also to the left of it, they said is the fort ruins, so I'm sure we're gonna check those out.
Yeah, he said that the fort ruins were burned to the ground during Prohibition because the rum runners were using it, so not in the fort left, just the remnants. But what I'm looking forward to is there are still 3 batteries. Now this is Fort Dade. Across the bay is Fort DeSoto, and so Fort Dade was built the same time as Fort DeSoto. So we'll check out those batteries as well.
And we're gonna snorkel, right?
Yeah, we're gonna snorkel.
That's why I came.
Yeah. Half the island is a bird sanctuary that you're not allowed to go to.
Right, so don't do that.
Yeah, but I bet you will see a lot of cool birds here. So anyway, we just got off the boat and we are getting ready to explore. Becky, you ready to go?
Yes, let's do it.
So we have started our adventure.
We went to the left of the lighthouse, and this is what remains of the fort, right?
Yep, this is all that remains of the kind of the housing of the fort where the soldiers stayed. Right here, just this brick kind of concrete walkway, and it's just a path that leads around, and what you really enjoy is just more of the nature. But you can see kind of the foundations that, you know, through the years, I'm sure hurricanes and such has destroyed it.
And on your way to this path, you'll pass the soldier cemetery. So that's worth a quick stop to take a look at.
So this is just kind of a quick jaunt over here, checking out where the fort once was.
Before they burned it.
Yeah, before they burned it to the ground. But it's kind of neat seeing all the kind of foundations and stuff. So, all right, so that's about it for over here. So after Becky and I got done filming that last session, I decided to head up the road a little bit more just to explore, and I found this really cool brick path. And right here is a super historic building. So I would spend just about 5 more minutes walking down the sidewalk, and this is the only original building that remains in Egmont Key. And then it has some information that's pretty cool here. It says it's 300 acres. The island's 300 acres and a lot of wildlife. It was established in 1974 as a state historic park. So it just gives you a little more information to enjoy your day at Egmont Key. And by the way, this was a jail. So I guess if some soldiers got in trouble, they might end up in jail there. All right, so I left Becky back on a picnic table there in the shade while I did this exploring. So my advice is when you get to the key, make a left at the lighthouse. The lighthouse is really, really pretty. Like we said, it's still a functioning lighthouse today. Get a lot of good pictures there. See some turtles roaming around, and then make a left, come all the way back to the guardhouse. And I also read there are over 4 miles of trails here on the island. So if you want to come here and do some hiking, I'm sure you could hike the entire 3 hours. All right, so let me find Becky now. And I think the next stop will be the ruins of the batteries. There's Becky. Oh, you should have come with me.
Well, what?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah?
They had an old guardhouse down there they've restored.
Cool.
And a really cool brick sidewalk. And then you kind of...
that's the brick sidewalk
Yep.
they were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's down, what was I gone, about 10 minutes or so?
Yeah.
Something like that. So glad I have Becky back with me now. Let's go to the other side of the lighthouse and check out the batteries.
All right.
So we are still trying to find the battery, but we keep on running across these really cool like foundations.
Yeah, they're super cool. They're great Instagram shots too.
Turn the camera around here, look at this. I was kind of under the impression that there was really nothing left here but the batteries, but look at these cool buildings. And it would be a really good idea to bring bug spray with you.
Yeah, these shaded jungle spots are getting me.
But look at this. Wow. This is pretty cool. You can go all back in here. They also have historic signs everywhere. Wow, look how big this building is. They have a lot of historic signs that tell you what each place was. And I think the historic sign here was that this was the location of where they stored the mines. All right, Becky, what do you think?
Whew, it is cool, but
Yeah.
also buggy.
Yes, yeah, and you can hear the bugs in the background. All right, well, let's keep on exploring. All right, so one thing neat, you see a lot of turtles here.
Yeah, that's cool. And mosquitoes.
And a lot of mosquitoes. Oh, and I see light at the end of the tunnel here.
All right.
I hope this is where the battery is. We've been walking about 15 minutes or so. Let me turn the camera around. Let's see. All right, here we go. See a sidewalk. Oh, look, Becky.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we found it. All right, nice. All right, so Becky, you want to do a little exploring?
Sure.
Now there are 3 remaining batteries at Egmont Key that was a part of Fort Dade. One battery's name is Battery Charles Mellon, that was built in 1899. The next battery, the one in the middle, Battery Guy Howard, built in 1906. And then the third battery is Battery James McIntosh, built in 1898. And they had 2 other batteries as a part of Fort Dade, but those 2 batteries, due to erosion and hurricanes, now are underneath water in the Gulf of Mexico. And the only way you can reach those is by boat. But the 3 batteries that are still on land are really cool to explore. You can kind of just roam in and out of the rooms. Some of them have signs marked that tell you what they were all about. There are some parts of the battery that are not accessible because it's too dangerous. But you can see what it's all about. You can see where the gun turrets were once. And again, all of these batteries were built around the time of the Spanish-American War. It was the first real international war that the United States was a part of. And believe it or not, the United States really did not have many land defenses to protect mainland United States. So when the Spanish-American War broke out, our government realized that we need some protection. And so a lot of these forts were built all up and down the Florida coast and the east coast of the United States, even Texas, as a way to fortify the United States of America. So if you like roaming around, seeing historic stuff like this, the batteries on Egmont Key, they're a real fun place to spend some time. We have loved our time at Egmont Key, touring Fort Dade and just exploring the island.
Yes, and the beaches are beautiful. We do have a couple of tips for you though. Make sure to bring sunscreen and lots of water or some sort of hydration because it is hot, and also bug spray.
Exactly. There is no concession area on the island. So this is truly kind of a deserted island, no amenities at all. I would also suggest bringing an umbrella.
Yes, because our time out on the sand by the ocean was nice and breezy, but definitely hot with that sun beating down on us.
But we have loved the island. I believe the $45 ferry ride is well worth it. What do you think, Becky?
Yeah, it would have been nice if we could have snorkeled, but today the water was a little too rough because of some storms recently. But definitely if you could go snorkeling here, it would be 100% worth it.
Also, the trails aren't marked very well, which makes it kind of fun to explore. You have a lot of historic sites and a lot of historic markers if you're into that like me, so you can kind of really understand what Fort Dade was all about. And then
you can take a picture of the island when you book your tickets at the ferry, and that way you'll know where to go.
Yeah, they have a map there that you can follow. And once you get to the batteries, the beach is just, what, 50 yards away?
Yeah, it's not far at all.
Not far at all. So it's a really, really nice way to spend the day. On one side, you have Tampa Bay. On the other side, you have the Gulf of Mexico. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the water is gorgeous.
Very nice. So I think the right sites, Becky, we give it a 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well worth the time. So if you are ever visiting anywhere near St. Pete Beach, I would suggest at least spending one day here on the beautiful island of Egmont Key.